Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning. Welcome to another edition of Divine Love Talk, where we talk all things life, love, and spirit. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, right? That makes it a 9-day. No wonder the messages have been coming through so strong and so impactful. Nines are endings, and we're in a 9 year. So the conversation has been around wrapping up old cycles, old connections, old things, so we can prepare to receive that wish fulfillment, those dreams turning into your reality, those answered prayers. We know that 2026 is not only a 1 year, a beginning of a new cycle, but it's also the year of the fire horse. And that only happens one in every 60 years or so. So we know that big things are on the horizon. These last few weeks of 2025 are designed, intended, meant for you to work through everything that you need to work through in order to receive every good thing that 2026 has to offer. A lot of people are being forced to deal with their karmic issues, not just the third parties, but those bad habits, those thingamajigs that have kept them bound and tied and outside of living their happily ever after for far, 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 far too long as I get comfortable. Thank you for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and me. As we pull the message, feel free to share any thoughts, feelings, comments, questions about the readings you have in the comments. The moderators are on deck to make sure this stays a safe and sacred space. If you haven't gotten your crystals yet, what are you waiting for? Yes, I got a new angelic set. This is the communication set from Outer Spirit. And with these colors, yeah, I think this and the Flow of Fortune are definitely my favorite sets to have. Let me know what crystal you're rocking and what crystal you're going to use with this new moon in Scorpio. Now that's a fun conversation to have. Let's tap into the reading to see what Holy Spirit, your guides, your angels need you to know at this moment. I will get to your comments and your questions as I'm done with the channeling. Looking forward to hear what crystals you guys are currently wearing. Holy Spirit, on this Tuesday, what message do you have for the collective? And since, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we celebrate the divine feminine, maîtresse, for those who know, you know. Another reason why I'm loving all of this blue, right? It's giving very La Sirène, very Yamaya. Honest Spirit be knowing. The staff over there, the team over there, they're really good. Holy Spirit, what other message, divine feminines, what other message do you have for the collective on this Tuesday? I'm going to let's get the message out first because I want to say two things at once. Oh. We're not reading reversals in this deck. We truly believe, and I truly believe, that Delulu is the Salulu. It is. But it's not delusional to the point where you throw caution to the wind and get involved with radical lack of judgment, good sense, common sense, things of that nature. When we say that Delulu is the Salulu, it's having the belief, the unshakable, undeniable belief that a thing is a thing. When you're dealing with a person, always keep in mind that while, yes, that could be your twin flame, yes, that could be your soulmate, yes, you guys are supposed to have this amazing fairy tale of a love life, but we also have this beautiful thing called free will. Do you know how many, and we could talk about this, romantic stories that are written in the stars that never actually manifested because people want to be jackasses and of the world. Far too many to mention in a moment. But Spirit wanted you guys to be aware of that, especially for those of you who respond with comments like, oh, I rebuke this and I will never go back to them. And what? That energy means that you're still holding on to them. If you can't see something that reminds you of your ex, right? Some of you, it's your ex-spouse, right? That really did a number on you and have a is what it is moment. But instead, you get in your feelings, you get angry, and you have all of that hot energy. You're not over the situation. You might be over them, but you're not over the hurt that's still attached to that situation. When Spirit tells us to let go of all the baggage, the people, places, and things, so that we can embrace new chapters, that's the thing, babe. Every time Spirit shows you that you're still harboring some type of anger, some type of, and some of people are like, I'm not over them. It's just that why? I'm listening. Your feelings are valid, right? Healing doesn't take place in a day or a week or a month or a year or a decade. Everybody heals in their own due time. Everybody comes into the awareness of what needs to be done in order for them to heal. No judgment, no shade, just the opportunity for you to get better and be healed of that situation. Because either way you spin it, that person that hurt you, that was part of the design. And sometimes, as Georgia Girl, help me if you're here, Ecclesiastes 8, that tells us that sometimes, and I'm going to radically abbreviate, sometimes good people suffer in ways that bad people should, but to still have faith. Still having faith is what we mean by Delulu is the Salulu. What's the vibe on this Tuesday? That being said, oh, okay. And let's get a Kipper card. Let's get some Kipper messages. Today we have a very short live. We'll only be on for channeling, the downloads, questions, and then we got those fall on the floor. But we'll take these two. This is a very hot section over here. Anything else? Anything else at the collective? Thank you. All right. And then we'll pull an affirmation after all of this. Let's start here, since this seems to be the most chaotic quadrant of the reading. The journey card fell on the floor, and we usually don't take them when they fall on the floor, but it is face up, right? The journey card is, let me just pull it up, a 10, right? And I want to say towards the end of September, between mid-September and mid-October, we got the message that, or maybe it was over the summer, but there was a clear message that the train was loading, our bags were being put on the train, and it's getting ready to depart on a new adventure. To dot your I's, cross your T's, make your list, and check them twice so you can make sure you get to your next destination with everything you're supposed to and not the things that you were called to let go of a long time ago. Some of you are still fighting it, and that's okay, right? You can be given all of the information in simplest of forms, but people are always going to hear what they want to hear and understand it in a way that they understand it. You can send a message with the bestest of intentions, but how it's received is up to how the Spirit receives it and what the Spirit is ready for. False person, mature woman. We heard yesterday that the masks are falling. Revelations are being made. The best thing about Scorpio season is that it illuminates everything that has to go. It's like when you're getting an MRI and they give you that contrast, right, to make everything pop. So that, whatever they're scanning can be clearly visualized. Somebody needs to get an MRI, by the way. Go do it. Um, hmm, your guides are making it clear who the false people are in your life. You can still hold on to them for whatever reason and continue as you've been doing for whatever reason. You have free will. Exercise it by all means. Just know if you stay in that energy, you can't elevate to your Empress or your Emperor energy. You can't receive that comfort, that peace that you've been praying for. They always tell us the price of getting that new life is sacrificing your old one. Let them go, right? Ooh, now this. Running and exhausted coming out in reverse. We heard in the message before we went live that the runner is no longer running. No longer running from you, that's part of it, but they're mainly no longer running from themselves. They are exhausted, right? A lot of you are dealing with friends, lovers, family members who are going through this stage of having the false people, the fake people, the frenemies revealed to them, and you are their support person. Understand that a lot of the collective are receiving life-changing news about the people that they trusted. Betrayal is on an all-time high, but that is the necessary betrayal so folks can see their friends and family for who they are. So they can clearly identify who is going with them on the next cycle, on the next journey, on the next chapter, and who is staying behind. For at least two of you, your person is exhausted with fighting their feelings, exhausted with fighting the world, exhausted with pretending to be something or someone that they're not. And Sagittarius season is going to be their healing season. Quite a few of you have someone in your life, it could be a lover, friend, child, coworker, who's going to undergo a radical change over the next 6 weeks or so. Would speak up, and because these cards are a little spicy. Okay, we're going to cover her up. Enjoy, right? And this gives the energy of nurturing. And there goes the blue energy, right? As truths are being revealed, speak up about what it is that you want and don't want. It's all aligning you with your joy, with your peace, to be nurtured by your angels, your guides, the universe, the Most High. So you can begin a cycle of living at peace, living in wholeness, living in wellness, living in a season where you get to watch all your dreams manifest into your reality. With this observer in Treasure Island, that destiny, that cycle that is ending is pushing you towards the destiny of having that wish fulfillment, that joy, that contentment, that peace, truly embodying your emperor or empress moment. Do what's necessary. Some of you need to start going into therapy to help heal those traumas and those hurts so that when you start the next chapter, right, when you reach Treasure Island, you'll be able to recognize it and thoroughly enjoy it. Some of you, and this is a little sad, some of you have already reached your Treasure Island, but your trauma won't allow you to recognize it as such, and you are at risk of running away from it. Open up your eyes, open up your vision, open up your heart, step away from your stubbornness, and let clarity come in unapologetically. Next we have I like this. Building blocks, radical rebirth, and courtship. If you play your cards right, the cards that life has given you, no pun intended, you too will experience that radical rebirth. This is the season that we're in, right? Scorpio is all about transformation, rebirth, magnetism, right? Scorpio rules the eighth house, the house of transformation, rebirth, taboo, and sex. Because with sex, we have birth, nourishment, joy, and we could tie other words to it, bliss, manifesting. This is the season that you're in. Last week we heard the truth might hurt, but it always sets you free. Whatever's coming to the forefront, whatever's coming to the light, embrace it, because again, it's leading you straight to your treasure, straight to your treasure, like the alchemist. The power, like Dorothy, was always within you, is always within you. Do not forget to exercise it. Some of you don't even realize how powerful you are because you're still holding on to the pain of the past. Let it go. Let it go. I promise you, life gets exceedingly better once you do. Next, we have, ta-da! Now we're getting repeating messages, right? Oh, and this courtship in April, right? If we're writing the timeline correctly, you get your transformation now. You do your healing during Sagittarius season, right? So that brings us up to the winter solstice. By then, we make our 13 wishes for 2026. We have a good idea of how far we've come and how far we have yet to go, right? We get into alignment with moving in that direction towards our treasure island. By the time April gets here, because this is a 4, right? After the astrological new year begins, the calendar new year has already begun, right? The astrological new year begins. That's when you'll start to receive the fruits of your labor. But it requires an open heart and an open mind, right? To receive all of the blessings, all of the wish fulfillment, all of the answered prayers. And of course, I figured Jemaya or Oya was going to pop out today, right? Because the way that I was gifted this blue set, the way I've been inundated with blue energy, one of them had to show up to speak the truth that needs to be heard. With this 13, which is 4, it's the 4 corners. Oya, with storm, right, is clearing away everything that's left, that's standing between you and your treasure island, you and your joy, you and your happily ever after, you and your wish fulfillment. But you got to be able to rise above the bullshit with an open heart and an open mind. They keep saying open heart and open mind. Fully surrender to what your angels, your guides, and the Most High have been showing you. It's no coincidence, right? We have the new moon on the 19th and the 20th, right? Depending on your time zone. And then we're going to have the full moon in Gemini. Somebody else brought this to my attention, right? On December 4th, which coincides with the new moon that we had in Gemini in late May. I want to say May 26th, if I remember correctly, right? What makes this 6-month patch, because it's give or take 6 months between a new moon in the sign and the full moon in that same sign, right? For some of you, these past 6 months have been your most transformational ones yet. The one that has been filled with so much transformation, so much ups and downs, highs and lows. Who else knows what December 4th is besides the full moon in Gemini? I'll let you know. It's the Feast of Shango, who also rules the storms, lightning, thunder, iron, right? Coming through with that sword energy heavy. This is another moment in time where it's either going to be this or that. No in between, no gray area. You're either jumping on that train and moving forward, or you're getting left behind. You're either working on your healing or you're not. There's no, I'm trying, I'm doing. It's either this or it's either that. No in between. We've been told constantly over the past few sessions that the whole universe is conspiring to bring wish fulfillment on every single level. Let it. Let this storm that is brewing clear away everything that's been holding you back and set you on your journey towards your treasure island so you can receive all the goodness, all the blessings, all the wish fulfillment that life has to offer. This established card came out in the reverse, right? We said we wasn't going to read reversals today, right? But it speaks of a delay towards your wealth, towards your security, towards that wish fulfillment, right? Towards that forward movement. Either because you're still holding on to baggage, you're still holding on to something or someone that you need to let go of before you can move forward towards your treasure island, before you can move forward towards your happiness. This child card coming out with 18, which is 9. Having that innocence, awareness of a child, the awareness of a child like on Christmas Eve, where you just know mind, body, and soul that that list you gave is under the tree. The things that you want are making its way to you, right? Now I got to pull these off camera. Trusting your intuition with Queen Nandi, knowing that because you said a thing, that thing has no choice but to manifest into your reality. This season that we're coming into, it's Sagittarius season, not just because it's my birthday season, right? The season that we're coming into is going to be one that's filled with that radical rebirth, with wish fulfillment, with healing. It requires you to let go of your old life, and it requires you to trust your intuition and know, fully be delulu in the knowing that everything, as always, is working out for your highest and your greatest good. Everything that you've been asking for of the Most High, of the universe, is making its way to you. You just have to be ready to receive it because it's coming by the handful. A lot of you are stepping into a season where you're going to be happier than you've ever been, or happier than you've been in a long time. We said we were going to pull an affirmation because we haven't used these in a while. Holy Spirit, what affirmation does the collective need on this day? Oh my goodness. We're going to leave this one. Can we get like one or two and not, all right, I was going to say not half the deck, but they're intent on sending out a bunch because I guess, take what resonates for you in this moment. Every room I enter shifts in my favor. My existence pays for itself. The person of my dreams is already dreaming of me. I don't search for love. Love searches for me, because he who finds a wife finds a... Success is my natural state of being. I am a living testament that miracles exist. I think this one's for me. I am always at the right place at the right time. That is your message